Hey Professor, how's it going?
Hey Ben, good. How you doing?
What are you working on?
This is a relative value analysis spreadsheet tied to Bloomberg.
And how does it work?
Well, it's really popular in finance. In college, you're taught to do what's called discounted cash flow analysis, but relative value is actually far more common than discounted cash flow analysis. And you probably have heard of a PE ratio.
Yes, I have.
Let's try a stock. There's a stock I was about to do. It's called Toll Brothers. Their ticker is TOL. So you can see in this spreadsheet, I put the ticker of the stock in there, and this is all tied to Bloomberg. So I've got the Bloomberg button up there. There's the Bloomberg data history. And what I told Bloomberg to do is go back to December 31st, 2013, and bring in the PE ratio. I also asked for the enterprise value to sales. So sometimes you use the price, like PE ratio. That's if you're dividing by something like earnings, which already has interest expense subtracted. But with sales, sales comes before interest expense. So we need to add the debt back to the firm because really sales belongs both to the stockholder and the bondholder. So we use something called enterprise value. Here, price to book is another really common one. We use price here because book value is net of all the debt, so it belongs to the stockholders. So earnings belongs to the stockholders, so we use a PE ratio. Sales, if you're for interest expense, so it's really going to be shared between stock and bondholders, so you use enterprise value. And then EBITDA, the IT means, or the BI means before interest, so we use enterprise value. Which of these do we use for Toll Brothers? It could be
PE ratio?
PE ratio works for every stock. For retail companies like Walmart, you usually use EV to sales. Those firms are really focused on margins. Price to book could work for Toll Brothers. It really works well for firms that have a lot of property, plant, and equipment. And then EV to EBITDA works. You use it mainly with tech companies, but it's pretty popular outside of even tech companies. We'll see with Toll Brothers. So here's their ratios going back to 2013. So it started off at 40. So you're spending $40.90 for every $1 of earnings. If you look over time, if I come down, I'll do control down.
Increasing.
You can
Oh
see
wow.
they look really cheap today. You're only
Yeah.
spending $9.50, 57 cents for $1 earnings. And then what we want to do is compare them to their industry. Well, I have this set up so that you can go out and find different industries. And I have several set up, but the problem is I didn't set up home builders.
Oh,
So how would you find an index that has all the home builders? Because Toll Brothers is a home builders. So you notice how that index starts with S5.
yes, sir.
If I go on the Bloomberg, I can actually type S5 and I'm looking for a home builder. So I'm just going to guess and type HO. And sure enough, there is a benchmark, an index for home builders. S5. S5 just means the S&P 500. Home, that's pretty easy to memorize. And so I'm going to go back in here. And since I don't have it set up in my drop down, I'm just going to type it in there, S5 home, and you have to have the word index. And it's going to bring in the PE ratio, EV to sales, price to book, and EV to EBITDA for this index. Look how quickly it does that. There's all my data.
Wow.
What I'm going to do with this spreadsheet is because when I go home or go to another machine, if I don't have Bloomberg set up, it won't work. So I'm going to take this entire sheet. I'm going to do Control C to copy it. And then I'm just going to come over to this paste values, go up to A1, right click, hit the 1, 2, 3. Now I have the data. See, there's no formula there anymore. I now have the data. So I can use it on any machine. And then my output is a little strange. I have to explain that a little bit. But if you look at the output, I go down, it goes all the way down to 2025. We're doing this today, November 12th. So it'll stop at November 12th. You notice this stops at the 5th. That's because last time I ran this, it was a few days ago. So I'm going to click on that and copy and get down to November 12th. And there it is. And so I've got my
Oh
data through
wow.
November 12th. But you notice when when we did this is PE ratio,
Yeah.
when we did it over here in the pace values, their PE ratio was actually 40. So what goes on here? Well, what we're doing a relative. So we want to know Their PE was 40.9, but their
Relative to
industry was
industry.
18. So what we do at the output is we actually take their PE ratio and divide it by the industry. And what it's telling us is back in 2013, they were trading 2.24 times higher than the industry. They were 224% expensive to their industry. But if you go to today, if I do control down,
They're cheaper.
they're actually 18% cheaper than industry. That say, man, this might be a great stock to buy, right? They're trading really cheap. The question is, do you use the PE ratio, EV to sales, price to book, or EV to EBITDA? For Toll, I would probably either use price to book or EV to EBITDA.
Can we also check the EV to EBITDA as well to see how that looks?
Yeah, we can start off with them. Let's see, several years ago, they were trading pretty expensively to their index, and they're also, this is to the stock market, they were expensive to the S&P,
Both.
like, 100, 230%. Would do
Mm,
control down.
48%.
You can
Oh,
see now they're 26% cheap to their industry and a good fit.
55.
And it makes sense they're really cheap to the S&P because you have all those tech stocks
Yes,
that are
sir.
really expensive, so they just got cheap. But it's interesting, this stock looks really cheap versus their history, and that's how you have to say it. You can't say whether they're cheap or expensive, but versus their history, they're trading really cheap right
And
now.
versus the S&P 500
Yeah.
in their, what is this called?
This is their index. I mean,
Index.
their industry index,
Their industry index.
home builders. We could have done it consumer discretionary, which is the sector, but we wanted to drill down a little more specific into home builders. And then I have an output here that shows you, we're going to use EV to EBITDA, so that's a drop down. And then we're going to compare them to their index, the home builders. And what you can see is historically, their median, they've traded 27% cheap, expensive to their index.
Yeah,
But today, they're 26% cheap.
cheaper.
So
Okay.
you can see relative to their history today, they're 41% cheap to their industry. That sounds pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Their current price is $135. If you use this historical range that they've had, where they've traded between 15% cheap and 74% rich, their range should be between $154 and $317. I'm using a 90% or 10% range. Right now, they're trading at $135. That means they're cheaper today than even their 10% cheapest. This is a really, really cheap stock today. I'm not saying you go out and buy it. There may be good reasons, but I'm not comparing them to the S&P 500 and say, well, they're cheap because they're not a tech stock. Remember, I'm comparing them to other home builders like KB Homes and Pulte and those kind of homes. It's an interesting stock. Do you go out and just go buy the stock at 135 when you think it should be in a range of 154 to 317? You could. You probably want to do a little more analysis because obviously there's some reason why they're so cheap today. But I would venture that if you did this with every stock in the S&P 500 and you use this as your only decision criteria, you'd probably have a pretty decent portfolio.
Oh, wow.
If you bought those that look cheap from a historical basis. So it's a good strategy. Now you can see this Excel spreadsheet does all the work for you. It's pretty easy to use. So if anyone watching this video wants this spreadsheet, they can just email me. They can use my email, which is mahler6th@sbcglobal.net. And if they email me, I'll send them the spreadsheet. They'll have to have, obviously, Bloomberg on the machine and Excel for this spreadsheet to work.